Hello students, from today we are going to start our chapter 6, that is directing, one of the important function of the management. Okay, uh, we have completed our 5th chapter 2 days ago, but still only very few students have sent their notes to me. Okay, right? So you need to complete the notes so that pending work does not increase. Okay, right? So today I have covered the introduction about directing, meaning of directing, and what are the characteristics of directing. Okay, starting with the introduction. See, we have already learned this about the that function of direction or directing into the very first chapter, right? That is the function of one of the important function of the management, right? That what does the direction means? See, you have done planning, you have done organizing, but what we actually do in the direction, that directing, that means to provide guidance. That what to do, how to do, when to do, that is done. Okay, who is going to perform, that is also done. But when the implementation starts, at that time the particular problem is going to increase, or that employees are going to face some issues. Okay, so this direction, it is the function of what? It is the function to provide guideline through effective supervision, through a leadership, right, with the proper communication. See, in this, that is in direction, communication is very essential, communication is very important, right? Because you need to tell the particular, that the employees, the subordinates, okay, yes, you need to do the work by this way, by that way, or whatever. Okay, see, and direction, that comes from what? It comes from the top to middle and middle to bottom, right? That bottom level people, they will be what? They will be guided, they will be supervised by the middle level management, that is the superiors, right? And the bottom level people like supervisors, they are going to what? They are going to lead, they are going to supervise their team as per the instructions given by the middle level management. Okay, now sometimes middle level management, they are also going to face some problems in implementation. So what they are going to do? They are going to ask the top level management, because the ultimate policies, ultimate rules and regulations, that will be made by who? That will be made by the top level management. Okay, right? So that in direction, what is the main thing that we are going to focus on? That is to get the cooperation amongst the employees. Okay, right? And here it is that directing includes supervision, giving orders and instructions, and providing active leadership to the subordinates, right? That we are going to supervise the functions, we are going to supervise the employees, that whether whatever the instructions that are given, orders that are given, they are being strictly followed or not, the task that has been completed on time or not, right? Everything that will be done. And important thing, that is providing leadership. Now who is a leader? Leader is the one who is going to what? Who is going to take the initiative to fulfill the target, to fulfill the objective with the team members, with the group effort. Okay, right? So that efficiency of the organization or the success of the organization, that depends on the proper direction, that is effective direction, right? And direction, it includes what? It includes tools, materials, use of a manpower, the points at which the special efforts are to be concentrated, right? That who is going to take? We are going to require, we are in a requirement of a new tools or a machinery. Manpower require a boost, or manpower require the training, whatever the things that will be there, that can be identified, and through the proper direction, that will be what? That will be generated. Okay, right? Like suppose the bottom level people, they are going to have the problem. Okay, they don't know how to implement such plans that has been made by the particular departmental head. Okay, so they are going to ask the departmental head. Now that head will be giving the particular direction to them, giving the proper guideline to them, okay, how you are going to complete the task. Okay, and on that, the success of the target that has been set by those departmental head, that will be completed, or that will be fulfilled. Okay, getting my point? So it's a simple thing, right? Like whenever there is a problem, there is a chaos, there is a confusion in implementing the various tasks that has been done by the particular at the implementation stage. Okay, right? So they need to what? They need to follow, they need to fulfill the particular thing, that is particular superiors. They are going to what? They are going to give the particular guideline to whom? They are going to provide guideline to their subordinates. Okay, right? Now let us understand the meaning of direction. In a general, that it means to guide the workers, make them aware of the work, supervise them, and maintain their enthusiasm for the work. See, last part is very important, that to maintain their enthusiasm for the work. right? See, it is the particular duty of whom, it is the particular duty of the superior, that they are going to what, they are going to maintain the particular enthusiasm for the work. Their moral, their self-confidence must be boosted, right? And in accordance with that, they are going to what, they are going to fulfill the target, they are going to do the particular work. Okay, and ultimately what is the main thing? That achievement of the objective, that is very necessary, that is compulsory, right? Plus guidance given to the workers for the accomplishment of objective, that is it's a simple meaning, right? That whatever the guideline that is needed, that how you are going to do it, how you are going to achieve it, everything that will be done through a proper direction, and that is called as what, that is called as a guideline that will be given, that is called as direction. Now Mr. Kunz O'Donnell, he has defined the particular direction, that is executive function of guiding and observing subordinates. Very simple, very easy, right? That function of guiding, guide whom, guide the subordinates. Observing, now see, observation that is necessary. Why observation is necessary, and how observation that will be done? Through a proper supervision, right? Observation about what? Observation about the functions that will be done, that will be implemented by the particular subordinates, right? Because see, I have assigned the work to the supervisor as the production departmental head, so I need to continuously keep on touch with him. Okay, by that yes, whatever the things that we have done, we have discussed in the meeting, whatever the task, whatever the function that has been assigned to you, you are doing it or not, everything that will be done, right? So according to Kunz O'Donnell, that yes, guiding and observing the subordinates, that is called as what, that is called as a direction. Okay, now moving ahead with the characteristics of the directing or a direction. First, it is a goal oriented activity. See, ultimately it functions at every level of management, as well as it is going to be what it is going to be the particular ultimate thing to achieve the goal, to achieve the objective. In plan we have set the objective, in organizing we have created the structure, in staffing we have put the manpower, right? And in direction, those manpower, that particular human resource, they are going to require what, they are going to require a guideline about what, guideline about how to achieve the objective. Whatever the activities, whatever the functions that are being performed by various 3 levels of management, that is for what, that is for the achievement of the goal, achievement of the objective. Okay, so this goal oriented activity, why it is called as a goal oriented activity? Because whatever the direction that will be given, whatever the guideline that will be given, it is done for what purpose? To achieve the objective. Okay, right? Second, function at every level of management. It is there at every level of management, right? The top level management, they are going to guide, they are going to direct. The middle level, there is the various departmental head or officers. Those officers, they are going to guide, they are going to monitor whom, they are going to guide, and they are going to monitor to particular bottom level like supervisors, foremen, right? And those supervisors and foremen, they are going to guide, they are going to give direction to whom? To the workers, those who are working under them, right? So these things are there, like it requires at every level that at some sort of a stage you are going to what, you are going to need, or you are going to require the direction, the guideline, okay, by how to move ahead, how to implement the task, how to sometimes how to behave with the co-workers, how to behave with the superiors. That is also going to require a proper guideline, right? So it functions at every level of management, whether it is top, middle or a bottom, right? The function of direction that will be done by each and every level of management, whether it is a CEO, whether it is a departmental heads or the supervisors or a foreman. Okay, right? Then third, it is a continuous process. See, achievement of the goal, that is the ultimate target. So direction is necessary, direction is compulsory. At each and every stage we are going to require what? We are going to require guideline. Okay, right? So how to implement policy, what are the things that will be beneficial after implementing the particular policy? That is why direction is what? Direction is a continuous process, right? Whether it is a bottom level, whether it is a middle, or whether it is a top. Okay, it is a continuous process that once the organization started, guideline that is going to be required. See, because plan or policies that will be made by only one department, but to make them understand that other, like suppose for an example, the policy done by the top level management. Okay, so now it is the duty or responsibility of the top level to make them understand by how this policy will be implemented, right? And once it is implemented, whether the target that has been set, that has been being achieved or not, that is also going to be required, right? So direction, it is necessary and it is continuous process, whether it is top, middle or a bottom. We are going to require what? We are going to require the guideline, we are going to require the direction. Okay, then observation of function. See, it is not only about that guiding or giving orders, but to observe that whatever the that instructions or whatever the orders that has been given, the work is being done or not as per the plan or as per the orders. That also going to observe by whom? That also going to be observed by the supervisor. Right? Because direction, it includes the supervision task. Okay, like I am a supervisor. Okay, so that my team is working as per the plan that has been done by the top level or middle level, whether they are working or not, it will be what? It will be observed by the supervisor. I will be observing each and every functions of the bottom level workers, that yes, whether they are working or not, whether the target are being achieved or not, etc. Okay, right? Fifth, it has a wider scope. Now, why it has a wider scope? That, see, as I said, it is not merely a particular that advising or guiding the employee, but the manager need to see, they need to provide a particular understanding of the decisions, that yes, this decision that has been taken for your betterment, the decision that has been taken for what? For the ultimately the growth and the expansion of the business, right? So everything that, and communication that is necessary. If communication is not proper, that the manager is not up to the mark in conveying the that whatever the plans, whatever the policies that he has in his mind, right? Then everything it will be goes in a way, right? So it is a wider scope. Why? Because it directly tackle with whom? It directly tackle with the human behavior. That we can say that that human psychology. Right, the direction, that will be what? That they need to give guideline, but they also at the same time they also need to see that whether they are not going to feel as a command or they are not going to feel as an order, that only one side communication is there. No, the problem of the workers also need to be heard, right? So it requires that intellectual thing or that intellectual decision power to make them understand how you are going to do it, what are the consequences that you are going to face if the new technology is not being implemented or new decisions are being not implemented. Right, so that is why direction has a wider scope. Then communication, that we have seen, it is a precondition. Effective communication, it is a precondition for the successful implementation of the direction, right? And with the help of direction, right, what we can do, we can achieve the objective very easily. But for that, what we have to do, we have to select a proper communication channel, which can be easy to understand by whom? By the workers or by the subordinates there, whether top level they are communicating with the middle level and the bottom level. So they need to select such a method, such a means of communication that can be easily understood by the middle level and the bottom level workers. Okay, right? And 7, that is motivation. Motivation is necessary. Now I have make you understand the meaning of motivation earlier also. What is motivation? Motivation, that means to inspire others to do the work. Now it is the responsibility of the superiors that they need to what? They need to maintain the enthusiasm, they need to maintain the motivation or encouragement that need to be given to whom? To the employees, right? And by way of that personal guidance, like suppose some of the students, like that before the examination of a board they will be having that nervousness, right? So they are going to what? They are going to talk with their mentors, they are going to talk with the teachers, with parents. So that one kind of motivation, psychological motivation, that is going to require. Okay, so sometimes these employees, the workers also, they are going to feel demotivated. They are not going to concentrate on the work. So obviously what they are going to do, they are going to ask their superiors. And superiors, that is like, that suppose the middle level officers, they are going to give a proper guideline. They are going to encourage the bottom level workers. They are going to maintain the, that rapport, that enthusiasm. Yes, you can do it by yourself and you can do the better and everything. Right, but through proper communication, right? And see, proper guidance, that is going to what? That is going to solve the problem of the workers, that whatever that they are facing during the implementation stage, right? And if I'm guiding you, if I'm making you understand the topic or the questions that you are not getting, then obviously that problem you are going to solve. Getting my point, right? Then flow of direction. See, it is a downward process, the top to middle, middle to bottom. Right, because direction, it is what? It is done by the superiors, because see, students, they are not going to guide the teachers, right? Teachers, they are going to guide the students. Same way, top level officers, they are going to guide that middle level officer, and middle level officer, they are going to guide the bottom level people, right? And managerial function. See, it is a important part of the managerial function, like planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating, communication, controlling, right? It is the one of the important function of the management or the managers, right, as a part of a management, right? Getting my point? So for today, that's it, right? Just go through it, make notes from it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.